If you don't,
Podcast recording. We'll check chat on break.
we'll take chat on break, which will probably be at the end of the show. Could be in the middle, depending on if I have to pee or not.
Yeah. Urination station stop.
Yes, indeed. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Welcome to the StreamVoid Podcast, episode 77.
8.
8.
Off to a banging start.
Off to a banging start for sure. I am MikeyT, and of course, across from me is KurbStomped.
Hello.
We are recording on Saturday because we've changed our date of recording to Saturdays. And
Yes.
you can watch us live on twitch.tv or Facebook or YouTube.
The
And
trifecta.
This is the StreamVoid Podcast. It is a podcast about life and video games and everything in between.
True.
Yes. So I will ask you the simplest of questions.
Yes.
How was your week?
My week was fine. Sort of, I guess. I don't know. I started the week at the warehouse unloading a container load of tarps.
Yes, you did.
Which sucks, but I'm not in the office, so that kind of rules. But I hurt my back. I was carrying a bundle of tarps, and the skid I was like walking over broke. So I like sort of stumbled with this tarp and sort of wrenched my back a bit.
How big are those tarps? I saw just massive tarps.
It depends. They go anywhere from one bundle can be like 20 pounds up to like the heaviest I think is 70 pounds.
Oh, wow.
So I think the bundle I was carrying was like 45 pounds or something like that. Yeah, so I should have let it.
That weight.
I should have let it drop. Maybe, probably. If it weighs more than your age, you shouldn't be carrying it.
Or
exactly.
Less than your age.
Less than your age, you shouldn't be carrying it.
I
don't know how it works. The older you get, the more you can carry. That doesn't sound right.
Well, I mean, it's true up to a point.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, there was one of the young guys was like just carrying 2 bundles by the straps at a time, and I'm like, dude, why are you killing yourself? He's like, it's fine. I'm like, it's only fine up to a certain age.
Yeah.
And if you keep doing it before that age, the age just keeps getting lower and lower. So,
yeah, don't try and be a hero.
Yeah, exactly. So, anyways, I was there from 8 in the morning till 4:30. Like, on the dot. We finished, like, right at 4:30.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so. And, I was sore, but whatever. But then the next day, it was like, oh, my back, I really did something to it. So I got up, like, extra early. And I was like, I better head for work early today, because I don't know how long it's going to take me to walk to work. So I was there extra specially early, so I left early anyways, so that was good the next day. And then, Friday, it was like first thing in the morning, man. And the woman that I do not like said something that I do not like.
Oh, no.
So she's the type of, rather than saying like, hey, that you need to do this, she'll be like, oh, we need to get this done. And as soon as she said we, I was like, is this the moment that I quit right this fucking second? I'm just sitting at my desk. I didn't reply to her. I'm just like, is this the fucking moment? Do I just fucking get up and leave right now? And it wasn't even anything like important or anything. It was just like, I'm so fucking sick of hearing her say we. It's like, is this the fucking moment right now? So I just sort of sat there in silence for like a minute, and then I was like, okay, before anything, I gotta talk to the owner before I do anything rash. So I didn't quit, and I just sat there. I didn't reply to her. I just sat there and continued doing my work. And then I went for lunch later in the day, and then I came back to my desk, and she had left a note saying something on it, and she'd left for the day. She wasn't feeling well, apparently. I called bullshit on, but whatever. So I was like, holy shit, she's gone. Good thing I didn't quit this morning. So I just was working, doing my stuff, put on like some comedy show on Netflix, was laughing my ass off.
Beauty.
Day was great. So that was like the best day, man.
It's always great when you have the office to yourself.
Yeah, that's like, I don't care if she's telling like, you got to do this or whatever. It's just that I have to share an office with her.
Yeah.
She's so fucking annoying. It's like, she's got her fake little laugh she does all the time. Well, it's just, I don't even know what it is, but it's just, it's inauthentic. And then she'll get like telling a story. Like, I don't talk to her because I don't like her. So like when it's just me and her, the whole day, literally, like I'll say 6 things all day because I don't want to talk to her. But then when the other ladies in the other office come in, she'll be over there telling them some story, and she'll be like doing this fake wheezing laugh, like it's such a hilarious story. And I'm like, what are you doing? Like, oh my God. But it's also just getting to be like petty, stupid things now because now everything she does annoys me. Like she's always like she's a mouth breather somehow. It's crazy. She can sit at her desk all day and just be like, just breathing heavy all day. And I'm like, first of all, like, okay, she's not overweight or anything. She's skinny, but she does smoke. So maybe that has something to do with it.
Classic smoker.
But, and then every time she takes a sip, it's like, every fucking time.
It's because she can't stand the silence.
Oh, that's definitely true. That's
She's
definitely
making
true.
noise the entire time.
It's definitely true. She like when I was first moving in there, she said something like, "Oh, we all talk about our day and blah blah blah," and I was like, "Okay, like you can do that all you want. I'm not talking about you like to you. I'm not your guys' friend. Like I don't need to hear about anything that you did on the weekend. Like I don't care what you did." And they'll be talking like on Monday. Well, on Monday morning, it's just me and the one woman.
Yeah.
And then Tuesday is when the other two ladies come in. They only work Tuesday to Thursday. So then they'll have their fucking weekly catch up for an hour in the morning. And I'll be sitting there just working and I'll be like, they're fucking literally doing nothing for an hour here. And then, like, oh, well, then Taylor did this. And oh my God. And like, oh, it was so funny. My son did this. And I'm just like, and they'll be like, how was your weekend? I'll be like, fine.
Oh, yeah, great.
Yeah. Like, I'm not joining in on your conversation. The other
Except
two,
my one word answer.
yeah. The other two ladies are great. Like, the one talks way too much, which is whatever, but she's not annoying like the other woman. So, anyways, it's just brutal. So.
That's great.
But yeah, like on Friday, I was like, is this the moment?
Is this the moment?
Is this the tipping point here? Like, is there going to be a murder-suicide right now? I wouldn't kill myself, but yeah, anyways. But
that's funny.
Yeah, that was my work week anyways. What about you?
I mean, yeah, it was a work week.
Yeah.
Short,
Uh-huh.
as usual.
Uh-huh.
Not short, but, it was Easter long, so
Oh,
had
right.
another day off.
Oh, yeah.
Some places only take the one day off, but we take 2 days off. We take Good Friday off.
Well, Good Friday's the holiday, actually, I think. And we close the store on Sunday,
Yeah.
but Monday
Okay.
is open limited hours.
Yeah, we
I think. But
we take
it's still
another full day off on Monday.
Yeah, no, we don't.
Two paid full days off.
I like it.
It's great. Makes for a short week.
No kidding.
Yeah, the week really zipped by.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, okay. It's gone.
Yep.
I don't think I got as much done as I wanted to, but whatever.
Yeah. Can only do so much.
Yeah. It's funny. The office dynamic versus your office dynamic is quite different. I mean,
Yeah.
everyone on Monday still sits around and talks about their weekend for an hour.
Yeah.
And then I finally get them out the door. It's like, okay, you guys got to go.
Yeah.
You can't
Well,
just
it's
sit in
the
my
different
office
thing
and
when
chat.
you're like working with people that aren't like total bungholes.
Yeah, and
So.
everyone gets along and
I mean, I get
Everyone
along
hangs
with
out.
her. I do work with her and
Yeah.
collaborate and everything, but she's just like terrible.
Yeah.
Like,
and you don't hang out with anyone from your work after
no,
hours.
God, no. No, they would say stuff like, oh, we should go out and have a dinner out, fun night out. I'm like, no, I'm not coming along for that. And they'd be like, why not? I'm like, I don't even get to see my friends. I see you guys 8 hours every fucking day. Like, that's enough. Sorry to say. Like, holy.
Yeah, our office is like everyone's hanging out with each other after
Yeah.
work. Everyone's doing things after work. We all go out and like do
Yeah.
work events and
There's
stuff.
there's 3 people that I would say be like, yeah, okay, let's do something after work that work
Yeah.
there. But everyone else, it's like, no, I don't think so. That's fine. I'll see you at the staff party.
Yeah. Even that going away party we just had for the
Yeah.
crew leader, we had people come in
Yeah.
who had previously worked
Yes.
at the company
Yeah.
come in and hang out and be like, oh yeah, sorry man, see you going.
Yeah, that's like the previous store manager. Like when we have like staff party, Christmas party, like we get him to come back
Yeah.
with his wife and everything. And he's one of the guys that I would consider him a friend. And then
Yeah.
there's 2 that still work there that I would say are friends with basically, but everybody else, it's just like, no, I don't think so. I
Yeah.
don't think so.
And then it's almost going to be time for the company barbecue at my place.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone wants to hold it at their place, and I'm like, well, yeah, sure, go ahead.
Yeah.
Nobody's got a big enough yard for that, like I do.
I mean, I guess I'm just weird, but I'm just like, why would I want to have a bunch of people at my house?
I love hosting and entertaining. I don't know.
I guess
that's just me.
And I'm just like, no, that's okay. I'll go somewhere else. And even then, I'm like, I don't really want to go.
Yeah, I want to build a huge deck out the back so I can like put a nice
damn.
patio set on there, have people over to enjoy the fire and a barbecue.
Oh, damn.
I don't know.
Social
I'm
butterfly.
like that, I guess. Social butterfly when I'm hosting the event, but if someone else is hosting the event, I'm like, maybe I'll go. I don't know.
Yeah, see, that's a double standard right there. You're not allowed to do that. Like, no, it's only if I'm doing it.
Yeah, exactly. Because I do it the best.
Oh, wow. Very modest about it, too. Holy. I didn't know this. That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, office dynamics are weird.
Oh, yeah. Big time.
Yeah. Everyone complains to me about everyone else. I got the ear of everybody right now.
Oh, yeah. There's not really anyone too much to complain about at the work, except, like, the woman. And, like, I can hear the other two ladies when she's not there. I'll hear them whispering and complaining about her and stuff. And, like, the other two ladies, like, okay, like, so the woman that I deal with, she's just an employee. But the other two ladies, like, one is the owner's wife and the other is the owner's sister-in-law. So it's like, okay, they, if she's really getting on their nerves, like, she'll be gone. But
yeah,
as soon as they started working in the office with her, the other woman's attitude had to change 110%.
Yeah,
because she was like, this is probably why I don't like her. It's because when she first started, she was just like so fucking rude and everything. And then when they moved in there, she couldn't be rude anymore.
Yeah.
So I remember I'd go in there and ask her, and she'd be like, I don't know about this. Ask somebody else. And just be like, what the fuck is your problem? And then as soon as they moved in, she'd be like, oh, well, let's try to figure it out and let's work together. And it's just like, you fucking bitch.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So
that's funny.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyways.
Yes. Well, what did you play? I see what you played. I know what you played, but what did you play? Tell the listeners and everyone out there what you played this week.
A few months ago, well, on my Patreon, I have a tier where you can have me play a game. If you sign up for $5, it's called like Gamers Club, or I can't even remember what it's called. Anyways,
$10 actually.
Is it $10? Okay,
yeah.
You get to choose for me to play a game as long as I own it, basically.
Yeah.
Or if it's like
relatively cheap,
attainable, I can just get it, right?
Yeah.
So one of the ones was one of my patrons, Heck, was like, "There's this Family Feud game on the Switch that looks like fun, and that could be like a good multiplayer one. It says it's like 2 to 10 players online, right?" So I'd be like, "Oh, that'd be like one person for every family member. That does sound fun, right?" So I look into it, and it was on sale, so I bought it a couple months ago. That didn't work out. Like, other things happened, like I got sick and I wasn't streaming, and so whatever. It got put on the back burner. So finally it was like, let's play it now. This will be just like a thing we do. It's not mixed into the Patreon or whatever. So Heck had bought it, and I had bought it, and then one of our friends, Master of None, had bought it, and we were like, we'll play together. Anyone wants to get it, they can buy it and they can play, right? So like Solinth bought it, and then like the Tank was gonna buy it. So during the day before the stream, I was like, I better go online, make sure everything's working properly, see how it goes, how I invite people to the game and everything like that. So I go online, and it's like, oh yeah, it is 2 to 10 players online, but it's 2 Switches online. So it's 5 people per Switch. So each family's on their own Switch. It's not like you can play with like 9 friends online. You could play with one other Switch. So I was like, oh, this isn't multiplayer. So I can't even like have a game going with a bunch of people.
Yeah, it's awful.
So I'm like, frantically messaging everybody that hadn't bought it yet on Discord, like, don't buy it. It's not multiplayer like we thought, right? So unfortunately, people had bought it digitally, and Nintendo won't refund and blah, blah. So I'm like, oh, fuck, this sucks, like, sorry, everybody. Like, Ubisoft was very, like, not upfront with the way they... Like, you Google, like, how many people can you play online, and you go to the, Family Feud website, and you can look. It's like, 2 to 10. They call it coach mode, which maybe I should have known, like, that says something, but... So anyways, it was like, okay, well, we'll play a game, and then we'll switch off anyone that wants to play. I'll try to play with anybody that actually bought it. So I played it around with Heck once we finally figured out how to invite people into the game and get it going. And it was fun. We had we were having laughs and everything like that. But like, man, it was like a lot of fun playing that game. Like, just having people in the voice chat and like, pretending you're like, you'd give an answer and be like, oh, good answer, like show us that on the board and everything like that. And, getting ridiculous answers, and like some of the questions you would get, and you'd be like, try to game it like how you think people would answer. But it's like, were these surveys just, were the answers faked, or were they actual surveys? Because it's always 100 people. We asked 100 people, and then the answer would come up, and you'd be like, how did they not get this answer? You know, like the one that really got me was like, the question was, I know that Mexico is part of North America. Let me preface this, okay? Mexico is part of North America. I know this. But the question was like, name a country from South America. So I was like, okay, well, if they ask Joe Schmo off the street, they're going to say Mexico, right? Like, because just people are dumb, right? Yeah. But that wasn't one of the answers. So I was just like, I don't know. Are these answers real or fake? Like, I thought I had a pretty good beat on it, that Mexico would have been like the number one answer.
Yeah.
Because
maybe they asked 100 Canadians.
Well, do you think if you asked 100 Canadians, they would say like Mexico is in North America?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
100 out of 100?
100 out of 100.
No, you are crazy. You are crazy.
99 out of 100.
No, fuck that shit, man. I bet you if you said, is Mexico part of North America, they might say yes. But if you said, name me a South American country, Mexico would be near the top of the list. You don't think so?
I don't think so.
Oh, dude,
I don't think you give people enough credit.
I definitely don't, but you are out to lunch. You're out to lunch, dude.
I'm having lunch here, so not even close.
But yeah, it was a lot of fun, and we're going to see about doing a Switch versus Switch and getting like 5 people into a voice chat on one team and 5 on the other, and see how that goes.
Yeah.
So.
I mean... we should do that for Couch This.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, is like you just need 2 switches and 5 people. You don't even need 5 people. You could do it with 3 people, really, but it's I mean, if you play it like legit Family Feud, you'd have to be like silent and not say anything. But of course, like, you know, as we're playing, it's like reading the chat and like, oh, I'm gonna say this answer or whatever, you know. So it was fun. It was a lot of fun, actually.
Yeah,
so
good.
It was pretty crazy. Besides that, I played some Minecraft.
Yep.
Little Satisfactory, and I played Alan Wake, but that's Game Club, so I'll save that for Game Club. And I don't think I played anything else, really. I think that was totally it. And even Satisfactory, I didn't really play that much. It didn't work so well. Like, my idea with Satisfactory was like, I'd play Satisfactory while I was editing a video. But like when I was editing the Dead Space video, there's a lot of times where I was like, oh, I have to go edit this. And then I'd play Satisfactory for like 2 seconds and be like, oh, crap, I got to go edit this. And then I'd play Satisfactory for 10 seconds and be like, I got to go back over here. So it didn't really work out too well for my editing idea. So I'll continue trying to see if it'll work, but maybe I need to play like Cookie Clicker.
I mean, you just got to let the factory run.
Well, that's what I was doing, but it would also be like, okay, I'm trying to, you know, set up a refinery or whatever. And it's like, oh, I laid one section of track. Now I got to go back to this thing and edit it. So whatever. It's no big deal. But yeah, that was about it. And I can't think of any other games I played.
Oh. All right.
Yeah.
I also played some Satisfactory.
Oh, very good.
I had previously gone around and just like gone on a hot exploration of the Northeast quadrant.
Nice.
Just looking for hard drives, right? Because I'm trying to get them alternate recipes like jet fuel and just some good alternate
some
recipes.
of them recipes are good, but some of them are just garbage from the garbage can. Like I got one for steamed copper sheets. It's like, why would I add water to making copper sheets?
I also have that recipe. I might try it out, but
I mean, I guess if you had like whatever.
You're in the desert.
Yeah, like I have very little water, but even then, it's like, man, water is a pain in the ass. Like, I want to add to make copper sheets. I don't think so.
I had previously gone around, marked the ones that I didn't have materials for. I brought back like 3 on that journey and did them all, and I was like, oh, steamed copper sheets, I got that one as well.
Yeah,
and then a bunch of other garbage ones. So
yeah,
I went out again. I set up at my factory to do rifle cartridges, so I could just go out and blast bad boys down.
Yeah.
And so I had like 400, 500 rifle cartridges ready to go. So I grabbed all those.
Can you kill that big, like, long-legged mother effer?
Yes, you can.
Oh, do they respawn?
I don't know.
I hope not, because they're annoying.
Yeah. They ignore all base collision. They're just like, oh, I'm just going to walk through your base, just through all the walls.
It's terrible.
So, yeah, I actually recently just killed one with my Xenozapper.
God, how long did that take?
It took a while.
I would say so.
But I bashed it down, and it, maybe like 10, 20 hits, somewhere around there.
I'll have to remember that. I just would hit it, and it would run away and bounce me like a fucking 1,000 feet in the air.
Yeah,
and...
I got it stuck in the geometry, so I was able to just smash it.
Okay.
But no, it's fun bouncing on them.
Well, yeah, if you land on them and don't die,
Yeah.
but when they shoot you off in the space or land in a toxic cloud or something like that, it's not so good.
Yes. Yeah, I went out, grabbed those, came back with 5 hard drives, started decoding them.
That's 50 minutes later.
I know. I only got 2 done.
Yeah,
I
no
was like,
kidding.
okay, I got to go do something else now.
Exactly.
Yeah, I got some other stuff set up in the factory. Not too much. I still need to go around and label everything.
Yeah.
I only have a couple things labeled now, but I need to relabel a bunch of stuff, so you can have better direction within the factory. Like, where am I going? Oh, I need to go here. Look at the directory. Okay, I need to go this way.
Oh, yeah.
I put up big panels of just like one of the big separate glass windows with like no crossbars or anything like that, and then put a sign up. This way, go this way, go this way, go this way.
Nice.
I love it. Looks good. Started doing lighting on the outside as well.
Oh, damn.
I'm like, I kind of want it just to be nighttime all the time now because the lighting looks so
Yeah,
cool.
Exactly. Yeah, no kidding, eh?
Yeah. And then, Wednesday, I played some Overwatch.
You did.
Yes, I saw that my friend Manveer, was playing some Overwatch. Competitive. I was like, hook me up, bud.
Yeah.
I'll come in. We'll play some Overwatch.
Let me do my placings.
Do my placings. Yeah, I did. They dropped it down. So you only have to do 5 per.
Well, I would hope so. It takes 20 minutes to get into a match, so they gotta reduce. You should have 1 placing.
Well, especially since the MMR system is stupid. I hate it. Like, it's just if you've like your rank gets reset at the end of the thing, right? Quote unquote reset, and so you do your placings, and you just place exactly where you were. Like, it doesn't matter how bad or good you do. You seem to just place like within 100, 200 points of where you were before.
Maybe it's just that good.
I don't know. I don't feel like I should be a silver player. I feel like I'm a gold player. Maybe
that's what
even
you
a diamond player.
Feel that you're that good.
I am that good.
When you solo queue all day, you're probably a silver player.
Yes, and once we played my 5 placing matches, and then everyone was like, "Okay, we got to go do something else," and I'm like, "So do I solo?"
No,
Overwatch?
you don't solo
I
queue.
did 1 game, and I was like, "Oh my god." And there's just like flashbacks of when I was hard into it. Just terrible teammates, unable to adapt to the enemy team. And I'm like, oh my god.
Yep.
I can't do this. I'm done.
Should uninstall, I think.
God, I love the game. I just wish I need more people to play with that are decent at it. And I'm kind of looking forward to what Overwatch 2 brings, because they're trying to get rid of just shooting shields. They're changing Orissa's kit fully. I looked at some of the things they were doing to her, and they're like getting rid of almost everything.
Yeah, get rid of Overwatch 2 and just roll it in Overwatch.
I mean, yes, they definitely should do that. But yeah, the way the points that they made where it's just you know Overwatch right now, you just spend the game shooting shields.
Yeah.
You shoot 2 shields. You get an Orisa, drops her shield, you destroy that shield. All of a sudden, Reinhardt's got his shield back up. By the time that shield goes down, Orissa's got her shield back up, and you're like, damn it. What is this? What is this game?
Yeah, exactly.
So Overwatch 2 should be more fast-paced because there's not going to be a lot of shields, and you're going to be able to get more stuff done. So I'm kind of looking forward to it. I signed up for the beta. We're going to try it out, and hopefully it
better be free
delivers.
to play. Better be free to play.
It won't be. It definitely won't
Better be
It
free
should
to
be.
play.
It should be. Overwatch 2 should just be Overwatch 1.
And it should be free to play.
Yeah. It should be. I mean, there's rumor of them doing a battle pass, so maybe.
Yeah, why not do that? Play. Just do that.
They're thinking about doing a battle pass, so battle pass and packs, just make it free to play.
Yeah, there's a fucking battle pass in Minecraft Dungeons, so
is there?
Why not? Yeah,
but we bought that.
Yeah, and if you want to get the battle pass, you gotta buy it. There's a free track, and then there's the premiere pack.
Ooh,
track.
premiere pass.
Yeah. So.
Anyways. And then last night, played some Apex.
And we didn't buy Minecraft Dungeons. What are you talking about? It's Game Pass.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, last night, played some Apex, which went
I've heard of it.
Not good. So for some reason, I was solo queuing gold, and it was just like everyone.
I solved it. You said it. Solo queue.
Well, last split, I solo queue all the way up to platinum, and it's just like, it was fine.
When did the split start?
This split started like a week ago.
Well, there you go. I solved it.
It's just been awful.
Everyone that came back for the split is in there playing like
everyone's like, oh my god, let's go Kings Canyon.
Yep.
What a garbage map.
What are you talking about?
I hate it.
Oh my god.
They made some good additions, but still some of the areas just like, just like that middle area with those small huts. I hate that area. It's so terrible.
Damn.
I
All
know.
right.
It's
okay.
not good.
Okay.
I hate Kings Canyon. For some reason, it's only 30 days, though, this split. 30 days. The last split was 60. This one's only 30.
Better hurry then.
Yeah, I know.
Better hurry.
Yeah. So, yeah, I got frustrated. Didn't get anywhere. Lost some points. And then did some DJing.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, we powered it on at like 8 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
9 o'clock? No. 7 o'clock. I switched over. Yeah, I only played 2 hours of Apex and then DJ'd for 2 hours. And I was like, I'm tired.
Oh, very good.
Yes. Played some Funky House. Found some new good tracks.
Any rapping?
No, but I did have a guy in the chat wrapping it up.
Yes, you did. I saw that.
That was hilarious.
He was definitely had some words coming out of his mouth.
Oh yeah, did they make sense?
Sometimes.
Most of the times it didn't. But yeah, had a raid from Inferith from the UK.
Yep.
What a lad,
Yeah.
handsome lad at that too.
Ooh.
Yes,
Ooh la la.
and yeah, that was the most follows I had gotten in all year.
There was a few, yep, for sure.
I usually get like -1 follow per stream. And that time I got
Damn.
like 10, 12.
Well, that's because they forget who you are, and they're like, "Who's this guy? He hasn't streamed in a week."
Yeah, really. It's
So.
true. How could you forget me? Come on.
I don't know, not me.
I'm the old boy that looks 20.
Yeah, they were really like, "You look like you're 25, man."
I know.
It's all the Vaseline I spread on the lens of the camera. Really smooth everything out.
Really smooths everything out.
Very good.
Yes, and that's
That's about it.
That's about it, other than Game
Besides
Club.
Alan Wake.
Besides Alan Wake.
Oh,
So let's
baby.
go ahead and transition straight into Game Club. Guys.
Yes.
Everyone listening to this
Tell 'em about it.
podcast. Every week, we play one episode, one chapter, one segment of a video game. And we then talk about it at length on stream. This is called Game Club.
Yes.
We just wrapped Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, which was very good.
Yeah, and you gave it a 6
I
out
gave
of
it
10?
a 6. I thought it was very good.
6 is very good?
Well, just all depends. It all
Okay.
depends. Six.
It was
4
like
for the gameplay,
gameplay.
10 for the
Yeah,
storyline.
yeah. Exactly.
6.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't know what I said, 7 or 8. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was definitely a story game, not gameplay game.
Yeah. And so now we've moved on to Alan Wake, and we are both playing the remastered edition.
This game, sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, this game came out like over 10 years ago, I think.
Yes, you've already played through it
Yes,
already.
I've beaten Alan Wake before.
Yes.
But
and
I
this
was
is-
like, I wanted to re-experience it.
Yeah, this is my first time playing through.
Ooh la la.
Yes. I haven't played a video game like this in years.
Like, what do you mean by this?
Like third-person horror.
Yeah, you played a bit of Death Stranding.
I wouldn't say that was...
I don't
no,
know, man. Those little
It's-
demons and stuff, and you're sneaking around.
It's kind of spoopy.
Yeah,
Kind of not.
yeah.
Yeah, this one's way more spoopy.
Yeah, it is. So, like, well, this is like made by Remedy. It stars a dude named Alan Wake. He's a writer. He's got writer's block. He's on vacation going to Good Falls. I can't remember what it's called. He's going to a little city to relax with his wife, and he's hoping to, get the juices flowing, basically.
Well, that's he's not trying to get the juices flowing.
Well,
here.
no.
He's
Everybody
trying
wants
to,
him to get his
Yeah,
juices flowing.
he's trying to like not think about writing
Mm-hmm.
at all and just like be a person on vacation.
Yes, but everyone's like, hey, it's time to write another book. The checks are getting a little small.
Yeah, so he's actually a really well-known writer.
Yeah, he'd basically be like Stephen King if he was having writer's block, where
Yes.
Stephen King has never had a moment of writer's block in his
No.
life.
And let me tell you, everything about this episode that I've played, episode 1,
Yeah.
I'm like, this is just like a Stephen King novel.
Well,
It's
it has a lot
totally
of Stephen King stuff to
Oh,
it,
yeah.
and also a lot of Twin Peaks,
Yes.
which I don't think you've ever watched,
No,
have you?
I've never watched it.
There's a lot of stuff where I'll be like, this is just exactly like Twin Peaks. So basically, well, let's start from the start here. Alan Wake, they're driving to...
God, what I can't find, and I'm looking at the walkthrough just so I can be reminded, but I can't find what the hell the village's name is.
Yeah, I think it's Good Springs or Good Falls, something like that. Or Night Springs? No, that's the name of the fake show. I can't remember exactly. But they're on the way to there in Alan Wake.
Bright Falls.
Bright Falls. There
Bright Falls, Washington.
Yes. And they have, how does it go? He has he's having a nightmare, basically.
Yeah, well, they're driving through a tunnel. It's nighttime.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden there's a bum on the road, a hitchhiker on the road. And right in the middle of the road, and he smashes straight into him.
And he gets out and is like, what's going on? And checks it out. And this is like the introduction to the, like, sort of...
Yeah, this is a kind of our tutorial area.
Yeah, a little bit. It is definitely tutorial, because, like, well, there's the glowing light that's flying around telling you, like, Alan, pick up the flashlights.
Yeah.
But it's all, like, dark and mysterious and moody, and it's, like, you know, Pacific Northwest, there's trees and water running and everything like that. Looks actually pretty dang nice, considering it's just a remaster of like a over 10-year-old game, basically.
Yeah, they definitely put a lot of effort into redoing all the cutscenes.
No.
No?
No, the cutscenes that's the way they were.
That's the way they were. Wow, those pretty good cutscenes.
So you can definitely tell that it was like a 720p video up-res, because you can see all the artifacts of the blackness, the, you know, sort of like the the different tones, I guess, of blackness. If you look next time, you'll be like, oh yeah, I see it.
Okay, yeah, I'll have to look, because I was playing it on PC.
Yeah.
In 4K.
Yes, I was playing it on my Xbox Series X. But no, those are the existing cutscenes.
Oh, okay, those are pretty good.
Yeah, well, they had the facial scan of the guy and everything, so yeah, that was how it was. But the in-game stuff looks a lot better than it did from back then. Though the in-game Alan Wake doesn't really look like the guy that played Alan Wake as much as in the cutscenes and everything. It's kind of like a little jarring almost. No,
I noticed that as well.
Yeah. So anyways, you're going through the forest and you hear this the bum that you hit or whatever. He's coming after you, but he's like talking about how bad of a writer you are and like.
Yeah.
You know, like
it's great.
You suck, and how, you know, terrible of an author you are, and
yeah, he's chasing you around with an axe.
Yes, and basically it ends up being like someone's helping you in your nightmare.
Yeah,
and I think the implication is it's like yourself, basically. I can't remember exactly what was going on.
I'm not entirely sure. And you have to try and you're currently going through this forest trying to get to this lighthouse.
Yes, once you get to the lighthouse, everything will be good, and the whole thing of this game is like light sort of hurts the bad guys, so you'll shine your flashlight at them, weaken them, and then you can shoot them with a gun or whatever.
Yeah, once you've dissipated all the shadow that surrounds them, you can shoot them with your gun.
Yeah. So, you know, you go through and then you work your way down toward the little dock, I guess, that leads to the lighthouse, and the ghost guy that was attacking you is like amping it up, and he's like showering debris as you run towards the lighthouse.
Yeah, destroying all kinds of
Alan really needs to work on his stamina.
Yes.
Like
he gets winded real quick.
And then it takes forever to recharge. But you know, you're running. Did you find the thermoses that were scattered about?
I found one thermos in this area. I don't know if there was two.
I think there was two.
I looked around, but I was like,
yeah,
I'm just gonna go.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you get them or not. You get back in the lighthouse, and then it's like, oh, it was all a dream. I was having a night. Alan, you're having a nightmare, and your wife wakes you up in the car, and you're
on a ferry, little like 4-car ferry going across to Bright Falls.
Yeah, exactly. So it's crazy. As I played it, I'd be like, oh, I forgot about this part of the game. Like, oh yeah, there's like, you know. There's a little billboard at the start where there's a QR code that I didn't scan.
I scanned it.
I don't think that was there before. I think that was new. What did the QR code do?
It just brought you up Alan talking about like things that are happening.
Oh, I wonder if it's like a tie-in for Alan Wake 2 or something like that.
I don't know. I can't remember what they said.
I did record this because I'm going to make it into a YouTube video, so I'm going to go back and scan it. But on the billboard there where the QR code was, there's like a picture of like a diving suit. The big like old style this is
Bell
like
diving suit.
It looks like a Big Daddy from BioShock or whatever. But then I was like, oh, I'm not going to say anymore. But I was like, oh right, okay, I know what's going on.
So you know what's going on. So while we're on this ferry,
yes,
we run into an old man who's actually the radio host.
Yes, which I didn't know that. I mean, I didn't realize that at the time, because I'm sure when it was like, when I first played it, it was like, oh, he's the radio host, whatever.
Yeah.
And then I sort of like, that information just goes out of your head. And then throughout the game, you're listening to radio shows. But this time I was like, oh, he's the radio host.
Yeah, he's the radio host. He recognizes you instantly
Yes.
as the Alan Wake.
Yes,
and you're kind of like, hey, he invites you to come on the show. And he's like, no, I'm not here to do anything about my books. I don't want to promote anything. I just want to have my vacation.
Just low key.
Yeah, just low key.
Yeah. And he's like, okay, I'll keep it under my hat or whatever.
Yeah.
And
then you're walking around, your agent calls, and he's like,
yeah,
hey,
Barry
Barry.
Wheeler. Classic.
Need anything? You need me to come out there? I'll come out there right now.
He's like a total agent hype man, basically.
Yeah, totally.
Barry's been my profile picture on Steam since the day I started my Steam account, basically. I'm pretty sure. And there's also an army guy. Did you go talk to the army guy? He was at the back of the ferry.
I went to see him. I didn't think I could talk to him.
He didn't really talk to you. He just sort of had ambient audio where you sort of go up to him and he's just like, what you looking at, city boy? And I'm kind of just like, okay, this guy's a bit of an asshole. And then he said something like, well, we'll teach you a real lesson. And then Alan was just like, okay, then.
Yeah, I don't think I hung around him long enough to get those voice lines.
It totally reminded me, well, you probably haven't seen this part of Tell Me Why yet, but like it, very similar ferry riding scene at the start of Tell Me Why.
Yeah. And
I was just like, it was very fresh in my memory just because Tell Me Why, I just edited the video and I was like, oh, this whole scene reminds me so much of Tell Me Why. A little less ominous in Tell Me Why, obviously, but yeah, it was very much sort of like looking around and checking out everything and seeing what, and the game, it looks good. They did a good job remastering it. Like the whole like coming into Bright Falls and you see the dock and you see the little deer float going by. I was like, man, this looks really good.
Yeah.
So surprising.
I didn't notice the deer float going by. No.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why. I don't know if it was big or if I was looking away.
You might have been looking at something else.
Yeah, I might have been looking at something else, but it came up when it comes up later. I was like, deer float? What?
Yeah. Because he says later, like, that's the deer float I saw when we came into Bright Falls. Yeah, if you were looking, it was slowly moving by too, so you must have been looking at something else.
Yeah, could be. So when we get off the ferry, we need to go to the diner to pick up the keys to the cabin that we're renting. From Stucky.
Yeah. So this diner is just like the diner from Twin Peaks.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Like retro 50s style. It's got the sort of U-shaped counter. The cop is sitting there. There's weird dudes. There's a jukebox, like the whole thing. And then leading down to the hallway, there's the woman holding the lantern. Like she's flipping the little light switch. Like, oh, don't go down there.
Is she flipping the light switch? I thought she was just standing.
Well, she was like jiggling it, like peeking around the corner or whatever.
Maybe
she wasn't flipping the light switch. It looked like to me she was
just like hunched over, like waiting to pee, but didn't want to go down the hallway.
She's holding the little lantern, the little oil lamp in her arm.
Is she?
Yeah, I don't know.
I didn't notice that. No,
that she totally was like the log lady from Twin Peaks. Anyone that's seen Twin Peaks like will know what I'm talking about. She was like holding the lantern like the log lady.
Huh. Yeah, it just looked like she was hunched over and waiting to pee.
Yeah, no. Well, she was doing that, but she was totally like saying like, oh, I've told her to fix the light and bad things will happen and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But as soon as you come in the diner, immediately to the left, huge Alan Wake cutout cardboard standee. He's just like, oh, great.
And the waitress at the counter is like, oh, my God, Alan Wake.
I'm your number one fan. I'm sure everyone tells you that. And he's just like, okay, cool. Thank you. I got to meet Stucky. And she's like, oh, he's probably in the bathroom. And Alan's like, fuck it. I'll go back. I'll go back there and talk to him. No problem.
Yeah. So this little part is actually in the preview for the game.
Yeah.
But it scared the crap out of me when that old lady comes up. So you go back, you knock on the door, you're like, hey, Stucky, we're trying to get out of here. It's like, who the hell goes into the bathroom to annoy somebody
Alan's
about the keys?
A bit of an idiot.
Wow, yeah, he is.
Yeah, he's a bit of an idiot.
I'm like, wow.
He's just like,
the audacity.
I think, well, maybe he's not an idiot, but he's just like an entitled celebrity type where it's like, hey, I'm not waiting around for you to take a shit. I need the key. I need to get out of here. But before, just to say aside, there's the two old guys that were at the till or the diner there, and they're like, hey, did you turn on the jukebox for them?
I turned it on when I came out of the bathroom.
Oh, when you came out of the
went
bathroom.
into I went into there, I like hit the jukebox and then nothing happened. I was like, okay, I think there's music supposed to play. But then I went into the bathroom, got the key.
And then you turned it on.
And then it came back out, I was like, it would still had like a prompt to do something. So I was like, oh, I need to hit it.
Yeah. when they're, I remembered this, but I didn't remember it. So when they're like, hey, I really want to hear the coconut song. Like, can you turn the jukebox on? And I was like, are they really going to play like the coconut song? So you hit it and it's like, you put the lime in the coconut, you mix them both. And I was like, oh yeah, it is really there. But those two guys, the cop or whoever's there, or the old lady, I can't remember who. Oh no. Who told you? Someone tells you that those are like two old rocker guys.
I think it's the cop.
Yeah, he'll say they're, oh yeah, they escaped from their old folks' home or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're two old rocker guys. They had a band or whatever in the past. So, but yeah, we get the key. This old bag comes out and is like, oh yeah, sorry, Stucky died or whatever. Here's the key to the.
I think it's Stucky's. My husband's at home.
Yeah.
Actually.
Oh yeah. And she's like, here's the key to the house on Cauldron Lake. And Alan's like, okay, thanks, you old crazy bag. I'm out of here. And then he goes out into the street, gets in the car, and the wife drives off. And then Stucky comes bumbling out like, hey, Mrs. Wake, you forgot the key. Like, oh, what key did they get? Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, I was like, what? Oh, it's getting interesting.
Exactly. So we drive to Cauldron Lake, and there's... Alan's talking about, how nice this area is. There's a little cutscene of them driving. These mountains in this area they look cool as hell, but they're not realistic for this area at all. But they get to the Cauldron Lake, this crazy cabin on this little island in the middle of the lake, and there's like a dock or whatever.
Yeah, it's super cool.
So
I'd go there.
Yeah, absolutely. If you climb back to the top, there's a prompt up there to look at the island, and you look at the island, and Alan says something about how like, oh, I can see why it's called like Bird's Claw Lake or island or whatever, because it looks like a bird's claw. And then you look and it's like 3 fingers off of the island and it looks like a bird's claw. But there's a thermos up there too, so you got to collect. Oh, that was the other thing. I can't believe they're called thermoses. Like, did they license the name from the Thermos brand to name these? Because like that's a trademark name.
I think it's that everyone calls them thermoses.
Yeah, but that's the whole idea, is they like protect the brand. It's not, I don't think thermos is like an unprotected name like whatever like other Q-tip? Ones. Is Q-tip not protected anymore? I'm not sure.
I think it's one of, I think it might be one of those things where thermos is
like, I don't
in the lexicon
like
now.
At my work, the only time we have thermoses are when they come from thermos.
Yeah.
Like when I get a regular thermos, it's never called a thermos. It's called an
vacuum flask.
Yeah, or an insulated like whatever. Yeah. So maybe they have a deal with thermos or something like that, but nothing comes labeled as a thermos. So, anyways, so once you go back down to the island, you cross the bridge. And what did you do at this point? I should let you go first because I've played this before, so I kind of know what I'm doing.
Yeah, so I went into the wife's like, you got to get the lights on. I'm scared of the dark. Yeah. She's like really scared of the dark. Yeah. So I go inside, look around.
Into the house.
Yeah. Look around, try and find something to turn the lights on. And I can't find anything. Mm-hmm. And then she's like, "Hey, there's a cable coming out to this old shed. Yes. Maybe it's in there." So I go back out.
Yeah.
I go to the shed, turn the generator on.
Generator probably should have some weather protection on it.
Yes,
it was the world's rustiest generator.
Yeah, I don't know how that thing's still operational.
Yeah, exactly.
And then I just wandered around looking at things and outside.
Yeah. So I just went back to the generator. I didn't go in the house.
Yeah.
I just went back there and turned it on. Not because I was like, oh, this is what I need to do, but I just was like, I'll look around outside first. And then I turned the generator on, and as soon as I turn the generator on, it's like it cuts to like darkness, basically, like it's nighttime. Not nighttime, but like it's cutting the scene to go to the next section.
Yeah.
Which is when you go inside, and Alan's wife is like, "Hey, Alan, come upstairs. I got a surprise for you." And I was like, "Here we go."
Oh yeah.
But you go upstairs, and I didn't go into their master bedroom. I just went immediately to the cutscene room with the typewriter. Did you try to go to the other way?
I went to the master bedroom, yeah.
So what was going on in there? I don't remember.
Oh, she was just sitting there.
Yeah.
Just like, no, you got to go to the other room.
Yeah. I just took the wrong turn when I got to the top of the stairs. So, Alan's a bit of an asshole.
Yeah, a little bit.
Like, what an asshole. Like,
So when you go into
Yeah.
the room, there is a typewriter and a bunch of paper there, and she's like, "Oh, I thought you could, you could work out here."
whatever, and it'll be like therapeutic or whatever. And
Alan just loses
well,
it.
she's also like, there's a doctor here that has this book I read about
Creative writing or creative
something-
cramping.
yeah, whatever. And he's like, "Oh, you want me committed now, eh?" It's like, wow, Alan, like, you are such a dick. So he like storms off, goes outside, like, "Oh my god, my wife is just a fucking bitch," and all this stuff, And so he goes outside and he's like just moping around, and you hear the lights go off in the house, and you hear his wife going like, "Alan, help me! Oh my god!" And he's like, "Ah, my wife! I can't remember her name. My wife."
I can't remember her name either.
So he runs in the
Mara?
house.
Start with an M?
I can't remember. He runs in the house and looking around, and you can see. Oh, did you turn on the radio before you went upstairs?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a radio show we missed where the waitress calls into the radio show and is like, "Alan Wake is in town. Can you believe it?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, I ran into him on the ferry. I guess it's out of the bag now." But anyways, when you come. You run back in the house and you go outside. You see the railing on this little overhang of the dock is like busted, and you go to it. And Alan looks over. It's like, "Oh my god!" and like dives in the water after. I guess her.
There was a point. I can't remember where it happened.
I
but
forgot.
You're talking to her wife, and the lights start flickering a little bit, maybe.
Yeah.
And then you see like a shadow figure behind you.
Yeah, that's right in the cutscene. Is
Yeah.
When he's getting all pissy about her bringing in the thing. There's like
Yeah.
a brief millisecond where there's a flash of like, well, I think I know who it is, but I'm not going to say.
Yeah.
And then she goes. The other thing too is I forgot, when you coming back to the house and the lights are out, the birds are attacking you. Did you
Are
get
they?
attacked by the birds?
No.
So there's groups of birds that are swarming down. You must have ran back in. They're swarming down at you, and you have to shine the flashlight at them.
Oh yeah, I know. I just went straight in the house. No
Yeah.
worries. I was like, "My wife, I
Yes.
gotta go."
Exactly. So the railings broke. Alan jumps into the water to rescue her, and then he has a bit of a little. There's like little flashes and bits of. I don't. You don't even know what it
Dreams
is,
or memories or something.
But you see weird things. And did you see one of them was the guy in the diving suit was floating in that part?
I don't think I remember seeing that.
Yeah, there's this little flash of the diving suit guy there. So,
You jump into the water.
yeah,
And then you wake up
you wake up
in
and
your
you're
car.
like, "What? I'm in a car wreck? What? Say what?"
Yeah. So you're like, now I don't know what's the real and what's
Yes.
a dream and stuff going on here. Because you wake up, you got a bump on your head, bleeding pretty bad.
Yeah.
Your wife is no longer in the car. Don't know where she is.
Car's precariously hanging over the edge.
Precariously perched.
Yep.
So you get out and you're looking around and it's like, oh, I've been
Okay.
in an accident.
My cell phone, it's not working.
Cell phone's not working. There's a
can see
gas
a light.
station over there. I'm
can
gonna
see-
go to the gas station.
I can see a light in the darkness. I better head that way to
Yeah.
get the, help or whatever. And so you head off to get some through the forest, and this is where we start to really get into the actual gameplay of the game.
Yeah, the gas station doesn't look like it's more than like 2 kilometers away.
Yeah, it's
And it's like,
definitely
oh, it's going to
pretty
be a
close.
long way. And I'm like, 2 kilometers to walk? That's not that long. That's
Well,
not that
I mean,
far.
if it's as the crow flies, yeah, that's not too bad. But this is like you got to go down the hill and
Yeah,
up
down
through the
and
valley
around.
and everything like that. So it's a little rougher.
Yeah.
This is the actual starting of the actual gameplay and everything. But it's kind of crazy how it's like, oh, I've got a gun now. I found a gun.
I found a flashlight.
yeah.
Yeah, so you're running down through the forest. You come across this not mining, but forestry.
Very much Twin Peaks vibes as well, especially with they show the hotel on the cliff, and they talk about the hotel that used to be a logging building or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like very Twin Peaksy.
So you're going through the lumber mill, and
Yeah.
you can hear Carl Stuckey taunting you.
Yes, and you see him, or you do encounter him first.
Yes.
He's like killed a guy, presumably. He's got his axe. Oh, right before this part too, we find, I think it was right before this, we find our first manuscript page.
Oh yeah.
Which is telling the story of the story we're in as we play it, basically. So you pick up the manuscript page and it's talking about, I think this is the one where he's like talking about Stucky's, maybe you find it right after. Anyways, it's like how Stucky's axe was glistening with blood in the light and all this stuff.
Yeah, and he's talking about him. He's thought about writing this manuscript, but he hasn't done it, but his name's on it.
And that was the name I was going to use for the story. And, you know, you're going to get to Stucky, but Stucky's also like, he's talking about food that he wants to eat. And like, he was talking about different hot dogs and stuff like that. It's very crazy what's going on, but you sort of weave your way through this thing, trying to find your way. And you get into the little like portable building.
Yeah. Yeah. The little portable building.
So this is where I died the first time.
Oh,
so you go in the building and there's like a gun and you pick it up and you pick up ammo and flashlight battery and everything. You're getting geared up. And then he starts up like I don't even know what logging truck vehicle this is, like a skid loader or something.
Skid steer.
And he's just like smashes into the portal and like starts pushing it off the cliff. And I was just like, oh, okay. And I was looking down to where the thing was breaking, like the building, to see like, oh, where do I jump out? But the door behind me opened up. So I'm like, where do I go? And I just was like, and I just died, right? So I was like, oh, I died here. Okay. So the next time I just ran through and I jumped out the back door and was fine. But it was just like, oh, I died here. Wow. Okay. But it was crazy when you jump out, you can still see the whole, you know, building being pushed off the cliff and the skid steer goes over and it just looks really crazy.
So something must have messed up in my version because I was looking for the skid steer, and it's like just sitting over there doing nothing. I was like, how is the building falling off? Like
really?
I imagine that the skid steer was what was pushing it off.
It was, yeah,
but it didn't move.
Oh, weird. Yeah, no, it definitely was that.
The cabin just sort of slowly slid off, and the skid steer didn't go with it. It was just hanging out. I was like,
weird.
oh, he just nudged it a little and it came off.
That's weird. No, he pushed it right off. Because then afterwards you look down and they're like, oh, where's Stucky? Is he dead down there or what? So, anyways.
Oh, yeah, I didn't look down. I was like, no, I'm getting out of here.
Yeah, so we continue on, and it basically you just, you know, you get to, basically you fight these other logger guys where you have to shine your flashlight at them, break the darkness, shoot them a few times, they die.
Yep.
Or if you shoot them with the flare gun, it's like a bazooka. They just die, basically. So you go around and, you know, you'll find more manuscript pages and more thermoses of coffee.
Yeah, and I should point out that there's little secret areas that your flashlight illuminates and like some kind of highly reflective paint, but it doesn't show up unless you're shining
point a little arrow to
it.
go to the left, and you go to the left, and there'll be an arrow pointing up, and you go up, and then there'll be like a little cache of ammo and whatever,
and
whatever. The other thing too, though, is when you're collecting the manuscripts, I forgot there was these manuscripts that have a little flame next to them, and I was like, oh, you have to play in nightmare mode to get all these pages. You can't even get them all in this medium mode that I'm playing on here. And the one other thing too is like, as I said, as I played, I'm like, oh yeah, there's like things I forgot about. There was one like little table or whatever sitting outside, and there's like a couple chairs, and there was a stack of like cans in like a pyramid shape, and I'm like, oh yeah, there's a bunch of those around the game, and if you shoot them all, you get like an achievement or whatever. So I shot that down.
I didn't notice any cans stacked.
Yeah, that's the thing, is there's nooks and crannies. If you don't look everywhere, like you're gonna miss this stuff. But you know, as we go, Alan has more like discussions with himself about like what's going on and like what's happening. But you know, the main thing is like once I get to the gas station, I can make a call, everything will be fine.
Yeah.
And then eventually with the manuscript pages, you start picking them up and they're telling you about things that are going to happen in the future. Like I found one that said like, you know, it's telling me about what the gas station looks like when I get into the gas station. It's like, I'm not even near the gas station yet. I found all the pages.
Yeah.
So
I don't know how many I found. I found a few.
I just found them all because
I didn't really look around too hard. I explored, but I didn't do like a super thorough exploration because I needed to get through it before I went to bed.
Yeah, fair enough. I did it before bed too, but I had enough time, so I knew I could mess about. So the other thing too is like fighting all these. You fighting these guys and whatever. In a modern game, like nowadays game, there would be a prompt telling you like, "Hey, you're getting attacked from the back left." Whereas now it's just like you'll be walking and all of a sudden it's just like thunk.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, there's someone there.
Yeah, there was more than one time where I would just be like running along, minding my own business, and then suddenly dude will just step out right in front of me, like, oh,
yeah, exactly,
what?
exactly,
He's right there.
So you can always be protected by the light. So if you're like getting attacked and you just stand in the light, you're fine.
Yeah.
Basically, the light is the big thing in this game.
Yeah, the light is good.
But there was like
light.
a few things where it's like we have to turn on the generator so we can do this.
Yeah,
or
a couple little minor physics puzzles.
Yeah,
and whatnot.
like turn on the generator so we can move these logs so we can walk across this gap and everything. Nothing too crazy. But once we get through, we finally get to the gas station. And the float's there, and Alan comments on the float. So you probably like,
that's when I saw the
about?
float. I was like, "What float?" I was like, "Okay, I must have missed something."
Yeah. And then you go into the gas station. It's been ransacked. You look around. There's like a poster about the fishing day or the Deer Days festival that you could read, see what's happening about that. And there was also the other thing. I don't know if you did it. Did you watch the TV show of the Night Springs?
I don't think I did.
Okay, there's a TV that you can turn on, and it plays an episode of a show called Night Springs, which is basically like the Twilight Zone of this world. And this was about a guy who invented a quantum... I don't know what he called it. It was like a quantum suicide machine or something like that, where if the machine is running, he cannot die because it prevents him from killing himself in this dimension, but in another dimension his other self would die.
Okay, I think I turned it on, but I didn't fully watch it.
So I watched
just
it because it's kind of funny. Like you can tell they recorded like these guys. I think Remedy's in Sweden. I think so. They don't have the best English American sounding voices, so they recorded these like videos, but you can tell that they re-recorded the voices. But anyways, so it's on a little like postage stamp size screen in the game.
Yeah.
And the whole story is this guy invented this quantum machine that prevents him from dying. But a guy, he plugged it in like across the conference room. So some guy's like, oh, I accidentally unplugged this. Is this okay? And at the last second, like he's like, you know, pulls the trigger and kills himself.
Yeah.
But they showed this little quantum machine, and you can tell they just made it out of like, it looked like a like plastic, I don't know, box.
Yeah.
There's a PC fan that's vertical on it, just spinning. It looks so hilarious. Yeah, it looked just like a fan from a PC spinning. So it was very funny. But that's kind of spread throughout the game, is this whole like, well, like Buddy on the radio is kind of like he's kind of like Art. No, is his name Art Bell? Yeah, Art Bell did all the conspiracy radio shows, right?
Oh yeah.
And then there's the Night Springs, which is kind of like the Twilight Zone, and you got the hack horror writer like Alan Wake, and you know, it's just this whole like, you know, sort of mythos they're trying to generate here, which is really cool. But anyways, into the gas station, the idea is we got to call the cops. So we call the cops. Up top though too, if you went to the left, there was a thermos way down the road, and if you ran down there, it gets into like the ghostly zone where you just keep getting attacked. They just keep spawning guys. When you're in like the little ghostly zone, enemies just keep coming. Yeah. So I ran all the way down there, got the furnace. I ran all the way down to the other end just to look around. Nothing down there.
I did less looking around at the gas station than I normally would, just because it was like getting super late for me.
It was
so
bedtime.
I was like, I gotta get through this and call it a night.
Yeah, that was basically it. And so you make a call. This whole time Alan's talking about how like I gotta call the sheriff, but I can't tell him I killed Stucky. She'll just think I'm crazy.
Oh yeah. Before we get to the gas station, we have a boss battle.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Stucky is like the Flash.
Yeah, he goes around like crazy.
Yeah. I did die here too because just the way the guys came at me, I didn't see the one guy and he sort of circled around behind me and he kept
I think I did die
smashing me. But the second time I was just like, well, I got the flare gun.
Yeah, that's all I did too. I was like, see you, Stucky.
Yeah.
Just blam.
The one thing I noticed though is that if it kept changing my weapon automatically on me. I don't know how you're playing. Were you playing a controller?
Yeah, controller.
Well, I don't know if it's different on PC, but if I picked up flare gun ammo, no big deal. But if I picked up a flare gun, it automatically equipped the flare gun every time.
Yeah, it did that to me
so
too.
I'd be like, oh, I've taken this guy's shield down with my flashlight. Let me shoot him, and I'd shoot a fucking flare at him. So that's a bit of a pain. But
yeah, I noticed that I was changing weapons on me every time. So I'd be like, the hell?
Yeah, that was not cool, but whatever.
Definitely not.
And you found the shotgun as well?
Yeah, I found the shotgun. I found multiple shotguns.
I didn't actually use the shotgun, but yeah, you take out Stucky. It's like, did he die? I don't know.
Are we dreaming? I don't know.
We call the sheriff. The sheriff shows up and is like, what's going on, Alan? He's like, oh, I'm in a car crash. I don't know where my... Oh, the other thing, too, is we arrive at the gas station. And when we arrived at Bright Falls, it says, like, it's 2 weeks away to Deerfest. But when we get to the gas station, there's a sign that says Deerfest is in 7 days. So it's like, what's been going on for the last 7 days? So he's like, we got the cabin at Cauldron Lake. We disappeared. And she's like, there's no cabin at Cauldron Lake. And he's like, yeah, like, I got the key. We're staying there. And she's like, no, since the eruption in 1970, there's not been any cabins there. So then she's like, okay, well, we'll take you to the Cauldron Lake, and then we'll go to the police station, whatever. So you go to Cauldron Lake, no island, destroyed bridge and everything. Yeah. And Alan's just like, what?
There was definitely something there before, but now, nothing.
Yeah.
It's just gone.
So Alan's like, what? And then it's sort of like the end of episode 1 of Alan Wake. So a lot of questions to be answered, basically.
Yes.
Like, what's going on here? So, yeah, I was stoked to play this one again.
Yeah.
I liked it just as much as the first time. The one thing I will say is that I think, unless it's the difference between like the monitor and the TV I had back in the day, it's way brighter now. Like, I remember when I played it before, it was so dark. And all the time I'd be like, what the fuck is attacking me? This time, like, especially when I was walking to the house on Cauldron Lake, I was like, man, I can just see everything. So I don't know if that's... I'm going to fire up my copy of Alan Wake and just see if it's just... the remastering just brightened everything up or what. But
still pretty dark, though. Pretty dark game. When you're wandering around, like, in the forest there, it's, like, still super dark.
Yeah. But it was, I think, even darker, unless I'm misremembering, so... I'm going to dig out my copy and put it in the Series X and see what it looks like.
See what it looks like?
Yeah,
nice.
Exactly. But yeah.
I'm going to have to explore around a little bit more and...
Yeah, give yourself a little more time. Each episode is about that long, maybe a little longer.
Yeah, that wasn't too bad. You were saying like 2 hours or
something. Yeah, this was about an hour and a half for this one. But I also, like, you probably took less time because you didn't search as much. And also, I watched the whole Night Springs episode, which is probably like... It's probably like 7 to 10 minutes long. Maybe that's an exaggeration, but it was long enough to, I was sitting there like, wow, this is going on for a while. So
I'm doing something a little bit different on this game too.
Oh, what's that?
I'm not playing on hard. I'm just playing on easy.
Easy mode?
Yeah.
Not even medium
Not
mode?
even medium.
Wow.
Not even medium. I just don't want it. I want to be able to get through the game and get through the storyline beats without being bogged down in combat.
I mean, it doesn't ever really get that hard in Alan Wake. Easy's fine. Like, I'm not, saying anything about it really. But, I mean, I think I beat it on Nightmare as well. Because I'm pretty sure I went back and got all the manuscript pages, so...
Maybe it's because I'm old now, but I'm like, no, I just want to get through the story. I don't want to worry about a challenge. Like back in the day, I was like, yeah, give me a challenge. I'm not going to play it unless it's challenging. It's too easy. I don't want it. But now I'm like,
well, this is. I mean, again, the gameplay is not like, it's okay.
Yeah,
it's not like crazy or anything, but it's like more about the story for Alan Wake, anyways.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
It's not like when you're if you were to play like, The Walking Dead. Like game, it's like it only has the one.
There's only one difficulty.
Yeah, like it's nothing too crazy.
If you choose the wrong option, you die.
Yeah, I mean, like when I started playing through The Last of Us, I just was playing it on easy just because I wanted to get through to see so I could play Last of Us 2 to see what all the douchebags were talking about. So but how you liking it so far?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah,
it's a pretty good mystery.
Intrigued by what's happening?
Intrigued to find out what's going to happen next.
Yeah, it's there's still more character. Yeah, I mean, Barry's on his way. We haven't talked to Barry yet in person. Seen Barry. He's crazy. There's also like other law enforcement people and different characters to meet still. Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff to still happen. I can remember a lot of cool set pieces where I'm like, damn, this was awesome. I cannot wait to do this again. So, yeah.
Yeah, it looks really good.
I would recommend anyone that wants to play along, they should totally do it.
You should totally do it. It is currently not on Game Pass.
It's not on Game Pass. I think it's only $29 everywhere, Canadian, pretty much. It's pretty cheap.
Yes.
If you have an Xbox or whatever, you can probably get a copy of the original Alan Wake for like a free. Like, it can't be that expensive.
A free.
A free price, exactly.
Yeah,
if you can't play the remastered, even on I think Steam, you can buy the original version for like $10. You don't have to get the remaster.
$16.99 on Epic.
Yeah,
currently
for the remaster.
No, for the regular.
Oh, the regular,
still like $32.
And the remaster's only available on Epic. You can't get it on Steam.
No, definitely can't. Let me check and see what the price is. Oh, it's already up on like as soon as I go to my store. Alan Wake, it's $17.49.
There
Steam.
you go. It's pretty cheap,
Yeah,
so you can
similar.
definitely play along. Or you could tune into my YouTube channel the next day or two, and you'll just be able to look at the video. Next
You can do
time, I'm gonna try to get it out before the podcast. So if you can't play along, you can at least watch the video.
Yeah, that'll be a challenge.
Yeah, it sure will be. We'll
You
see
can do
if it
it.
happens.
You can do it.
Yeah. So I'm excited to continue on. I only played the one episode, and that's just like, damn.
Yeah, I only had time to play one episode.
So the other thing too is I think that going forward, what we did at the end of Game Club, we probably shouldn't do that. Like just wrap it up, just for people that are playing along with us.
Yeah.
Because they wouldn't have known that we were like, hey, let's just pound it out. Not that we even set out to just pound it out. It was just more like, I was like, okay, this
It's
can't
got to
be
be
much
over.
more.
Yeah, they can't be much more.
So, but yeah, anyways. There's no like short episodes in Alan Wake because every episode is like a TV episode. Like when you start the next one, not to spoil it, it'll be like previously on Alan Wake, and it'll give you a recap.
I figured it would have.
It'll give you a recap of what happened in the last episode of Alan Wake.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anyways, very fun.
Yes. All right. Let's talk about something really important now the Game Club's over.
Okay.
Patreon.com/StreamVoid Pod. We need your guys' help. We need a little monetary support. You need to throw some money at the screen.
Wow.
And help us pay for this thing.
Sure. I mean,
we do
you can.
this. Yeah. I mean, you don't have to. You don't have to because we enjoy doing it.
Yes.
But it would be nice.
Yes.
Give us a little hand. And if you get if we get that Patreon goal met, we will start another podcast.
Oh, baby. Exciting.
More of a less focused, more of a general all round, just
the dumpster
whatever.
fire.
The dumpster fire.
Still trying to think of a good name.
Yes.
Of just the garbage can, dog water, dog's breakfast show we're going to do.
Yeah. Yes. Patreon.com/StreamVoid Pod.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Very good.
Let's talk about some news.
Okay. Not too much this week. We got to wrap her up in a short
Timely
amount of time
fashion.
here. So,
I mean, we still got some time, but yeah.
Yeah. Mikey's got a very big, important meeting
very
later,
important
so we got to
meeting
wrap her up a little faster than usual.
Unfortunately, but it has to be done.
Yeah.
World of Warcraft.
Yes.
Making news, making headlines. They got a new expansion coming out, Dragonflight, which is bringing back something that I've been wanting.
Yes.
Talent trees.
Exactly.
Bringing back talent trees, making things a little bit more varied and interesting.
Some customization in your MMO.
Yeah, right? Because it's like, oh, what's my character going to be? Oh, left side. No, it'll be right side talent tree.
Exactly.
Where
it's like, just like you leveled up, here's your ability. There you go. Everyone's got the same one.
Yeah, every 5 levels you would get to pick on this one or the other left or right talent tree, which was, I was like, why?
Yeah. It was, I remember when I first started playing World of Warcraft, even like in vanilla days, you had your talent trees and you could spec them and everything, but I was very disappointed in the fact that like even the skills, when you leveled up and you're a warrior, you went to level 2, everyone got 2 strength and 1 dexterity or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, it's not even like random. Like you can't just get like, I get 1 strength, but you got 2, you know? Like, it was very weird to me back then. I get why now, because you'd be just like, a guy'd be like, oh, I didn't get the perfect 2 strength. I'm starting a new character.
Yeah.
So whatever. But yeah, this is good. Like I remember last WoW expansion I was playing was, I don't even remember which one it was, but it was just like it was just like everyone was the same.
The last one I played seriously was Wrath.
That's even way longer ago than me.
Yes, and then I tuned back in after Cataclysm for Pandera, I think.
Mr. Pandera.
Mr.
Pandaria.
Yeah, I tuned in for that.
I played that one near the end
for
of
like
it.
a month.
Yeah,
and I was like, no.
Yeah, I played a lot of Mr. Pandaria. But it was, again, it was just like, everyone's the same.
Yeah.
It's
dumb. So with this, there are now 2 talent trees you get to pick from. Every level up, players can earn either a class talent point or a specialization talent point, which can be spent to activate talents on that particular tree.
Yes.
Which, and I look at the screenshot of the trees, I was like, am I going to reinstall this bad
It's
boy?
a
Am I
little
gonna
bit.
re-sign up for World of
There's
Warcraft?
there's some branching paths and everything.
Yeah, yeah.
But the other bad thing though is that that a week into PTS, this is going to be like, this is the optimum build.
Oh, yeah. Well, someone's going to find the optimum build.
If you don't have this, sorry, you can't come on our raid. You have to be spec this way.
Yeah.
So that kind of sucks because that's always the way it's
I
been.
mean, that's going to happen no matter what.
So if you're more casual and you can play the way you like, that's kind of cool. I like that. But like if it's the other sort of like, oh, you have to be optimized this way, that kind of sucks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're also bringing better professions back.
Yeah.
So like you can specialize in weapon smithing or armor smithing or whatever.
Yeah, this was another one where it was like again, there's going to be like, oh, the sword is better than the armor. So why would I ever take armor smithing over weapon smithing, you know? So it kind of sucks that way, but again, if you're just playing it as a non-job,
Just a casual, yeah.
It's better that way,
Yeah.
which is honestly probably the way they should be going.
Yeah.
Like they shouldn't be. I mean, the guys that are hardcore about it, they'll continue or they'll leave, but you can't bring in a new person when it's just so hardcore that you have to play in one specific way.
Yeah.
So
To reach that end game content.
yeah. The other thing too, I was thinking about this is like every World of Warcraft expansion, it's basically just a new game.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, we got rid of this or that or the other thing, and now it's done this way or that way or the other way, and it's just like, yeah, every expansion is just like a new game basically. Yeah. So I don't know. They're adding a new class / race. I think they're the same. I think the race and class are one and the same. It's some weird dragon thing or whatever. Is it better than the space aliens from
the Draenei?
Yeah, whatever. Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know. There's so many classes and so many races now that I don't
it
even
is
know.
crazy. Like I didn't even realize there was like, different blood elf. No, wait. There's different elf types now or something like that.
Well, there's high elf, blood elf.
Well, there was there was the night elves
and
blood elves, but there's like other elves now too.
It's like snot elves.
And I think maybe there's different humans too.
What different humans?
Yeah, I can't remember, but there's like different. Oh, there's different gnomes or something like that. So, anyways, there's lots of stuff in there. I know
Void elf.
You can be a goblin. You can be a whatever.
Human, dwarf, night elf, gnome, Draenei, worgen, Pandarian.
Wow.
Orc, undead,
Half of
tauren,
those-
troll, blood elf, goblin, Pandarian.
Those were like some of those were classes, not races.
Yeah, void elf, lightforged Draenei,
Yeah, there
dark
you go.
iron elf, cool Tyran,
Yeah, there's like a lot of them now.
mecha gnome, nightborn, high mountain tauren, maghar orc,
Oh yeah.
Zandalari troll, and Volpera.
Zandalari.
Zandalari?
I think so. And the other thing with the smithing or crafting, they're gonna be like you can like make them better by using better quality items apparently.
Ooh.
So they'll have like a quality rating on the item as well. And they're adding like these crafting orders, which I mean, Elder Scrolls Online has had these crafting writs since the game came out, but it's like quests you can do to turn shit in.
Yeah.
So it's just another way to get gold out of this, like the economy as well.
Yeah. Crafting orders will also let players put up on the auction house that they're looking for something.
Oh yeah.
Like, so you'll be able to be like, hey, I'm looking for this. Can somebody make it for me?
Mm-hmm.
And then someone will make it. Even if it's an item that would normally be soul bound, you can send it on over.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know that. That's very interesting. Yeah, I mean, I'll look at this and see what's up. I always seem to, every like 5 years, be like, give WoW a try again and play for a few months and be like, that was enough of that for now.
I mean, if I can sink like 2 hours a day into Satisfactory,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I could play a little WoW here and there.
True. The other thing they announced here was Wrath of the Lich King Classic is coming.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. The one thing they're changing is no Dungeon Finder.
Really?
Yep. They're getting rid of Dungeon Finder in Classic. Not that it was in before, but this is the expansion where they added Dungeon Finder in.
But they're not going to.
They're not putting it in.
Man, Dungeon Finder was such a good quality of life change.
Yes, it was. But the thing is they say this is the point in the game where like the actual social aspect of the game was gone. because it was just like I hit the button, I'm in a group, I don't say anything, we do the mission, game over. Whereas before it was like you had to be in a guild, you had to talk to people, you had to find a group and all that stuff. Because I remember playing, Burning Crusade, and it'd be like, okay, we got to go kill this fucking bird. I need a druid to summon this bird. I got to find a druid to summon this goddamn bird. I got to get this mount. Let's go. And you'd have to find somebody and go do it and everything. So, whereas, in Dungeon Finder now, it's just like, oh, I'm in a group. Okay, we won. Let's get out of here.
I met some pretty cool people in Dungeon Finder.
I mean, that's probably just by luck.
Yeah, probably.
The only thing I remember is when I was really doing WoW one time, Dungeon Finder, I would, before it was Dungeon Finder time, you have to be level 10 or something like that. I can't remember, 15, but you could start doing like the
Ragefire Chasm and
you can do that at like level 10 or whatever. So I would be like in Orgrimmar just being like, hey, I want a tank. I'm level 10. Like, someone get me in a group. I can't do Dungeon Finder. Let's go. And I just did that continually. And then I just continually was using, when I could, Dungeon Finder. And I remember I would get into a group and be like, oh, I remember you from tanking this other thing. Like, we're not going to die this time. And it's like, okay, good. I have a rep here of not dying. But last time I went to play World of Warcraft, tanking was just totally different. So it wasn't fun fun as it was anymore. So
it was, the last time I tried to tank in World of Warcraft, it was so hard to keep aggro because everyone was doing like 300 million damage.
It just was like, I just preferred the abilities that I had that they changed. Like, I don't think you can shield throw anymore. Or
you need that shield throw.
Yeah.
You lose aggro on somebody, shield throw.
Yeah, exactly. It was just like, they do that too. Like when they remove tree form from druids, it's like, I want my tree. Anyways, who knows? Tree form might be back. I don't know.
Yeah, who knows? Hopefully they'll make WoW a game that I want to play again.
Yeah, let's make WoW great again.
Yes.
And maybe Microsoft will make it free to play.
No.
Why not?
I mean,
shouldn't all these friggin' ones be free to play?
I guess if you're still having to subscribe for it, then it should be free to play. Free to buy.
Well, you don't need to buy it anymore.
For free, but
I don't think you need to buy the base game anymore.
No, you don't need to buy the base game, but you still need to buy the latest expansion.
Yeah, like, I think it should just be like free to play up to like maybe it's like 2 expansions ago.
Yeah.
You don't get the content for 2 expansions ago unless you buy them. Or maybe it's free to play up until the current expansion, and then you got to buy it.
Yeah.
Or maybe, cool. I don't know, maybe there's a bundle. I don't know. Like, maybe there's a bundle where you get everything up to this point, and it's just $20 or something like that.
Could be.
I don't know. Add a battle pass, make it free to play. Premier battle pass. They already have the cosmetic store.
Yeah, I guess if Destiny can do a battle pass, so can they.
Sure, why not? Store. Just put a fiery enchant on your balls. I don't know.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah. Speaking of balls, Nintendo's weird Super Mario anime from 1986 has been restored and put on YouTube in 4K.
Yeah, this is crazy. So I didn't even know about this anime. There's a weird anime that came out very early on.
Yeah, very weird.
Well, they didn't have their Mario Bible back then with this, you must show Mario not using a gun. Not that I think there's a gun in this, but there was a print of it that they restored, and it was only a 16 millimeter print, I think. So they figure it was like a print that was for smaller airing theaters, I guess. I don't know. But they took that and they rescanned them all, rejiggered the color and everything, and made it look good and put it on YouTube. I'm surprised that, I don't know, Nintendo wasn't like, no. But maybe this is just, it's in the public domain or something?
Could be. They didn't, from what I read in the article, a lot of the stuff in this is not canon whatsoever.
No,
so exactly. It's just something completely different.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
It's got Mario.
Well, Mario and Luigi work. They don't work. They're not plumbers. They work in a toy store or something. I can't remember what it said. And the Goombas have arms or something like that. It's very weird.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. Maybe I'll just sit down and watch it.
Nah, I think you gotta put a pin in it and save it for the movie show.
Movie time. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. It looks interesting. And they apparently took the soundtrack from a stereo VHS or something like that.
Oh.
Like they had to remaster the audio from a stereo VHS of the movie. Just very weird and wild stuff. So.
Yes.
It's good that it was restored, but I'm just shocked and surprised that Nintendo hasn't just come and dropped the hammer on it yet. But yeah, who knows who owns it?
Yeah, we'll have to do that for Movie Time since it's on YouTube.
Exactly. Yeah, it's ready to go.
We'll watch some anime on Movie Time.
Jeez Louise, what else? Do we have to watch 2 animes?
I don't think so.
Okay, good.
I mean, we could.
We don't have to.
We don't have to.
Yeah, exactly.
Speaking of something to watch,
Okay.
Minecraft movie will reportedly star Jason Momoa.
Yeah, this is a movie they've been trying to make for a while, apparently.
Yes.
What is this? How are they going to make a Minecraft movie with Jason Momoa?
Apparently, it's going to
action?
It's going to center on a teenage girl and her unlikely group of adventurers after the male violent Ender Dragon sets out on a path of destruction. They must save their beautiful, blocky overworld.
This sounds just terrible.
Yeah, Steve Carell's supposed to be in it as well.
Oh, back in the day.
Back in the day.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Is it going to be animated? Is it going to be live action? Is it a combination? Like, do they look like they're Steve and whatnot? Or
I don't know.
Is it just Jason Momoa running around with a diamond pickaxe? Like,
I don't think Jason Momoa gets to be Minecraft Steve. I think Steve Carell is Minecraft Steve. I think Jason Momoa is probably another character.
I don't think Steve Carell is in this one.
You don't think so?
No, I think he was supposed to be in it.
Maybe he still is.
6 years ago, he was supposed to be in it. No, he's not in it anymore. If you were reported to be in it 6 years ago, no, it's too late. He's moved on. There's been 4 different directors that have supposed to have been in it too.
Warner Brothers Minecraft is set to be released in theaters May 25th, 2019.
Yeah, exactly. He's not in it anymore. This one apparently is supposed to be directed by Jared Hess, who did Napoleon Dynamite.
Oh,
so that Napoleon Dynamite, classic, hilarious movie. The only other thing I've seen from him, it was Gentlemen Broncos, and that movie was god awful.
I don't think I watched it.
It's tried to catch on to the same weird Napoleon Dynamite. Look at these wacky characters.
Yeah,
just did not work at all.
I have seen it.
It was about a kid who wrote a book or something like that, and then his teacher stole the book and published it as his own, or a comic book. I can't remember. It was so bad.
Yeah. Forgettable if I've ever seen it.
Yeah, it was bad. Yeah, who knows? Maybe Jason Momoa is just the voice of Steve. I don't know.
Maybe.
I
like Steve Carell as the voice of Minecraft Steve.
I mean, I don't see how this movie. It's going to be a kids movie, obviously.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But it's just like, why wouldn't they just do a CGI Minecraft movie?
I'm imagining it will be.
But why get
I imagine
Jason
it will
Momoa?
be an engine just for voice acting.
Yeah, but could you even tell me what Jason Momoa's voice sounds like?
Steep and gruff, and
it's not even
Aquaman.
memorable. He just sounds like a dude.
He definitely just sounds like a dude.
I don't know. I guess I don't understand how Hollywood works, because why pay Vin Diesel all this money to fucking be Groot?
Because he is Groot.
Yeah, but they could have had anybody go, I am Groot. I could have been Groot. Look at this. I'm going to do my Vin Diesel as Groot impersonation right now. I am Groot. You just add a filter to it. You add a filter to it. It's done. I would have taken half as much as Vin Diesel to be Groot.
Yes.
Even Rocket Raccoon, it's like Bradley Cooper. I can understand, I don't know. If you cast, what's that idiot from Vancouver?
Ryan Reynolds.
You cast Ryan Reynolds. He has a specific way of talking, and you can tell it's Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
But if you were to be listen to Rocket Raccoon here, I'd be like, who is Rocket Raccoon talking? Who's his voice? I don't know who that is. It's Bradley Cooper? Really?
Yeah. I mean, phenomenal job, but...
Yeah, but it could have been literally anybody.
Could have been the guy that did Rocket Raccoon's voice in the game.
The only Jason Momoa I've ever heard talk was in Game of Thrones when he's speaking Dothraki, so you couldn't even understand it anyways.
Really? You haven't seen Aquaman?
No.
Huh.
No, those movies suck. I can just tell.
I didn't actually think it was that bad.
I know all those DC movies blow. Oh yeah, I haven't even seen Justice League.
Please leave a comment down below if you think the DC movies suck.
I mean, I love DC, but I know those movies aren't good. I've seen enough of them to tell.
There's gonna be someone disagreeing with you. That's for sure.
Like the Batman.
It's not gonna be me.
I know the Batman is good.
It's not gonna be me.
It's not gonna be you.
No.
I know the Batman is good. But most DC stuff is terrible.
Yeah, I liked Aquaman.
Yeah, I'm sure it's
I
fine.
thought it was pretty good.
But like, look at the Flash or like fucking Teen Titans or Green Arrow. All these DC terrible ass shows that are just god awful from the toilet. Like, let them
Straight out of the toilet.
Straight out of the toilet. Come on.
Speaking of straight out of the toilet,
What?
yeah, he brought it out of the toilet and made it good. Chris Novak, one of Xbox's big creative forces, exits after nearly 20 years.
Okay.
The man behind Game Pass, the man behind some achievements,
Yep.
is now exiting Xbox.
Yes, he's done with Microsoft. He's like, I'm out of here, boys.
I'm out of here. I made my money. I'm gone.
He's retiring from
I need
Microsoft.
new and better things.
Well, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, or maybe he's just going to sit on his big pile of money and
I
a
don't
dragon.
know. He probably did make a lot of money, but is it a big pile of money? Probably.
probably enough to sit on if you
Yeah.
brought it all out in one.
So yeah, he was the guy behind achievements. I mean, behind, he was probably in charge of the team that made achievements and stuff like that. It's not like, one guy was just like, I've discovered achievements. This is what we're gonna do. It was obviously a group effort.
Yes.
But yeah, he was with Xbox through the heights and the lows. Like, he was there for the 360 days, which is like peak Xbox era, and he was there for Xbox One, like in the toilet garbage can of the console generation.
Yeah.
But he was also there on the rise back up with the Series X and everything like that, and the Game Pass and everything. So, who knows? Who knows where he'll go? Maybe he'll end up on Nintendo and they can start doing achievements or something.
Or Game Pass.
They do their own Game Pass? I mean, they kind of have their own Game Pass.
I guess so. It's just called
Nintendo Online, which just has no old game or no new games. It's all old games. It was interesting reading the article. Like, some of the original things, like achievements. Originally, there's only going to be 5 achievements per game.
Oh, wow.
And they were playing Project Gotham, and all their achievements were like racing based. But then they noticed people were like, "Oh, we want to take pictures and stuff like that. Like, use the photo mode." There's people that only played photo mode, so they were like, maybe we need to expand our horizons with achievements and add different ways to play the game, which was the original idea with achievements. Was like, you would get an achievement for doing a weird thing, like, well, in like Half-Life or whatever, where you would carry that thing all the way from the beginning of the game to the end and put it in the rocket
to the end.
Yeah, stuff like that. So achievements have done that for me, where I would do something I wouldn't normally do.
Yeah,
in
for
games,
sure.
but I'm not.
An achievement
I
hunter.
like getting achievements, and there are games where I like them so much I'll try to get all the achievements or whatever. But it's not like I'm just playing a game to get an achievement.
Yeah.
Maybe back in the day I would have been. I do remember times where I'd be like, I'm not playing that game. I don't want to get all the achievements in it. But yeah, achievements were a big addition, I thought.
Yeah, I think so.
They were pretty crazy.
It definitely extends the life of gameplay in that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
For some
Especially
people,
if you've only getting like one game a year. I mean, it probably would have been different too if it was like I was 10 years old with an Xbox 360 and I had one game. Like, if I had Perfect Dark as my game and I'm 10 years old, I would have had every achievement in that game. But when it was like, launch 360 and I got 7 games, it's like, oh, they want me to kill 1,000 bots? Like, I don't think so.
I got other games to play.
Yeah, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of achievements have changed over the years too. Like, it was originally 20 achievements, 1,000 gamer score.
Yeah.
Now if you play like the Master Chief Collection, there's like 300 achievements. It's crazy.
Unlimited gamer score.
It's basically. So very, 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 he had a lot of innovation.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Or at least in charge of a lot of innovation.
Yeah.
And Game Pass, just crazy.
Game Pass. We've talked enough.
Oh yeah, we've talked a lot about Game Pass.
If you don't have Game Pass by now, what do you do?
Yeah, maybe he'll go to Sony and fix their thing. Wouldn't that be good?
That would be good.
Man. Sony, come on. Just give us day and date. Day one first party games. Like,
yes,
seriously. Anyways.
Yeah. Nintendo's GBA Emulator for Switch Online seemingly leaks.
Yes. This is cool. Yeah, so obviously the Switch has Nintendo, Super Nintendo, N64, Genesis emulators already.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, when's the GBA emulator going to show up, And there's been a leak online, and it looks like this is a legit thing that's been leaked that's the Switch emulator for these things, which is cool. Hopefully it's real. There's a ton of GBA games. Man, GBA games, there's a huge library and a lot of cool games in there because it's basically just like a portable Super Nintendo.
Yep.
So if you grew up during that era, there's a lot of games you'll be like, yes, I enjoy this game.
Yeah, there's a pretty big list that got leaked.
Yeah.
Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, Mario Garf,
Mario Garf,
Mario Garf, and Mario Kart.
Yeah.
Mario Party Advance, Mario Tennis, Mario vs. Donkey Kong,
Yep.
Mega Man Battle Network.
Oh, Mega Man Battle Network. I love that game, dude. Oh my god. It was like a collectible Mega Man game where you got different like chips that were basically It was basically a card game.
Yep.
But Mega Man, yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Car Battler Joe.
Car Battler Joe.
Oh, Choo Choo Rockets. Doo-doo-doo.
Oh, Choo Choo Rocket.
Koro Puzzle Happy Panichu.
Oh, very good. I'm just when are they going to do the DS emulator? That's what I want to know.
Who knows?
Like, they could do it side-by-side screens.
Yep.
Split it in the middle, side-by-side, touchscreen.
Yep.
EZ, PZ.
Yes.
See, I'm an engineer.
You are.
I solved the problem.
You could just buy a Steam Deck and emulate.
I don't... No, I want to... No, anyways. I want to be able to send my Pokemon to my newer Pokemon games.
Oh.
Can't do that on a Steam Deck.
You might be able to.
No.
You never know. The modding community's out there. They might do it.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I can play all my games, really. Still. I have a DS, 3DS, 2DS, 4DS, whatever.
A 4DS?
Yeah, I'm from the future.
You can play through time.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, so the only bad thing is, that, again, if this comes out, it'll just be added to Nintendo Online. You won't be able to buy a GBA game, which sucks.
Yeah.
It's like, just let me buy one game. Let me buy them a la carte here. I don't need to buy the whole menu. Just let me get the one.
Let me take the menu, and then I'll buy a la carte.
It's crazy, dude. It's crazy. That's like the other thing about the Game Pass for Sony. It's like you have to just subscribe to play all the PS3 games. You can't just buy one PS3 game.
That's dumb.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan. That's what I like about Game Pass. It's like it's on there, but you can buy it.
Yeah.
And in fact, if you have Game Pass and you want to buy it, you get a discount.
Yeah. It's not going to stay on here, so it's going to go. But
unless it's Microsoft, it's going to stay on there. But yeah, the other stuff. Yeah, when it leaves, you have, I think, 2 weeks to buy it for a discount. Yeah, so
nice.
Yeah, anyways, and again, if the games are good, I mean, that seems to be the other thing is like Nintendo, they keep choosing like some dog shit games for these things. Just give me some good stuff.
Yeah.
Give us what we want,
give it to us.
Yeah. Whatever.
Yes. Last week,
yes,
we talked about Microsoft putting ads into their free-to-play games. Just like a la carte ads, whatever.
Yes.
And we were like, it's fine.
Yep.
It's not going to disrupt anybody.
Well, and if you're playing a free-to-play game, like, what do you expect?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And now Sony is reportedly planning to put ads in PlayStation games that are free-to-play. Much in the same way, unobtrusive, it's just there.
Well, I mean, unobtrusive is different to everybody.
I guess
but
it's subjective, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's a free-to-play game. They got to pay for it somehow.
Yep.
I mean, the idea with most of these games is you just get the whales to pay for it.
Yeah.
Like a guy who drops $10,000 for gems or whatever is the one that carries everybody who pays for free. But, you know, if they got to serve up ads, whatever. As long as it's not like, oh, you want to play the game? Well, watch this 30-second ad. It's like, oh, okay, that's a little. Yeah. But if it's just like, I don't know, and a billboard in the background,
that's fine. And it sounds like the article is saying that they might do something like mobile games do, whereas if you want a reward, you can watch an ad.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah.
you want 5 V-bucks.
Yeah, I was wondering, like, what is the point of the ad unless you can interact with it somehow?
Yeah.
Like if it's just a billboard in the background that's like does nothing for virtually anybody.
Well, it puts it in your mind, in your subconscious.
Yeah, I guess.
Like,
but
I've seen that before. Where have I seen that?
I guess so. But it's like, I think you'd want to be driven to like their website or something. So it would be like on a loading screen, like you watch this ad for, I don't know, bourbon, and it'll be like, here, click the link to go to the bourbon website and like learn about our bourbon.
On a loading screen, though, that gets iffy because it's like, is that actually a loading screen?
Yeah,
Did
that's
I need
true
to put that
too.
there? Or are they just serving me up an ad?
That's true too. So.
Yeah, I was going through my YouTube feed looking for something to watch this morning, and it was just like people just complaining about this the entire way through. No, I don't think I saw a single thing about the Microsoft one, but the Sony one, everyone was just like, "Oh my god!"
It's crazy how much shit Sony's been getting recently. I can't believe it. Usually Sony can do no wrong, and everyone's like, "I love the fact that I have to stream a PlayStation 3 game. That's great. Thank you for giving us backwards compatibility, even though I have to pay you more money for it." But like, it's been recently where it's just like, wow, they're really. Is it just because no one can buy a PS5 and they're all just frustrated and lashing out?
Could be.
Yeah, it's crazy. So
yeah, everyone's like, "This is the worst thing that could ever happen." I'm like,
in a free-to-play
Microsoft
game?
just announced it last week.
But it's a free-to-play game. Like,
stop complaining.
Are these guys playing Neverwinter Nights or something like that?
Maybe.
Or Neverwinter?
I don't know.
No one should play that game. But seriously, like, if you saw an ad in that because you're playing for free, that's a small price to pay.
It is a small price to play.
Especially since now you don't have to have PlayStation Plus to play a free game.
Yeah.
Or you never did. I think Microsoft just changed it so you don't need to have gold to play a free game.
Yeah.
So,
it's a free game. It's a AAA free game. Just accept the ads. It's fine.
Does AAA and free go together?
Yes.
In what way?
Fortnite?
I don't know if I'd call that a AAA.
I'd call Fortnite a AAA.
It's making AAA money. It's
making
quadruple A money. Oh, well, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, Call of Duty Warzone, made by a AAA company.
Battlefield 2042.
That's AAA free to play.
That's not free to play.
It's not.
It should be free to play.
It should definitely be free to play with the amount of bugs that we saw.
Yeah, they should just let that be free to play. Probably.
Yeah, they should probably just let it die.
Now they got to try to save it. EA always does that. Well, they'll work at the game for 3 years and be like, actually, no, we can't save it.
Can't do it.
Anthem, we can't save it. We'll just throw it in the garbage can.
Oh, man, that's funny. Speaking of the garbage can.
Yes.
China cracks down on live streaming of unauthorized games.
Say what?
Yeah. So on Friday, all internet platforms are strictly forbidden from streaming titles that the government has not approved.
Okay.
Technically, China is always required for games to be fully licensed by the government before they're distributed or streamed within their country.
Yes.
But, people have just been like, whatever.
Whatever. We're not living in a communist dictatorship.
But now they are starting to really crack down.
Yeah, they've been cracking down on gaming for a while. Like, a few months ago, they were limiting
children from playing
for more than an hour or something a day or something. Yeah, like, I know that China has very specific rules for games. Like, World of Warcraft had to be re-released in China with a separate company because they had to remove, like, skeletons from the game. You can't show a skeleton or something like that. So Undead had to be totally changed. And, yeah, there's all sorts of rules. And I know it says here one of the games that they're really... Elden Ring is one, and I'm sure there's lots of skeletons in Elden Ring.
Yeah, and Elden Ring had been getting a lot of views in China over this time since it came out, and so it's like, no.
I can't believe they're cracking down on media. I can't believe it.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so, I mean, that's kind of what the China is, really.
Yeah.
It's just the way it is there.
It's just the way it is.
Wow, okay. Very good.
Yes.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to live in China.
No, it kind of sucks.
Yeah, exactly.
Kind of sucks. Cracking down on all the video games. Come on.
Yeah,
not a lot of freedoms there.
It's also like, I mean, Australia also has a lot of trouble with games too.
Yeah,
like they banned RimWorld. You couldn't play RimWorld in Australia.
That's odd.
Well, it's because of showed positive description of using drugs. I think because of the smoke weed or smoke leaf, I guess is what it's called. So.
I mean, they'll change that sooner or later because Smoke Leaf is coming. It's coming out in style.
You think it is in Australia?
I don't know. The rest of the world's going to have it legal.
The problem in Australia is that they're like, games are for kids. We can't show this to a kid, and it's like, no, that's not exactly what it is.
That's not a kid's game.
It's another thing where you need to get a gamer to be prime minister in Australia, and then things will change.
Yeah.
Until the old people stop being the boss. Like, I don't know what's going on in New Zealand for video games, but I don't ever hear about that. But Jacinda's like 36 or something like that, so she's probably playing Candy Crush on
crushing that candy.
It's not going to crush themselves.
No, you sure won't.
They're not going to crush themselves.
You got to crush all of that candy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You going to play Elden Ring?
No.
Oh.
No.
Okay.
But when's this WoW expansion coming out?
Next year, I think. I don't know. Wow, you got the WoW fever all of a sudden.
I'm interested to check it out.
Okay.
I'm interested to check it out. What is it? Dragonflight release date.
Yeah. Is there a listing of games they're cracking down on in China here?
Not
or is
in
it
that
just
article,
generic crackdown? It's coming. Smarten up. You better ship up or shape up. Shape up or ship out.
Shape up or ship out.
Yeah. That's crazy.
November.
Oh, okay.
As the rumored release.
They better. After the last one, they really effed it up. So.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
Did they really F it up? What was the last one?
I don't know what it's called, but everyone hates it. No, it is like they basically had 9 point whatever. The second update took like 6 months. There's such an amount of time between additions and everything. So, I'm gonna sign up for the Chinese streaming website. What do you think it's called?
I don't know.
Chinese YouTube. Start streaming on there. Become a Chinese superstar.
A white Chinese superstar.
Sure, why not?
Yeah, you might as well.
Why not? There's got to be one of them, right?
You're gonna have to learn Chinese.
No, they speak English.
You'll have to learn Mandarin.
They speak English. It's fine.
No, you have to learn Mandarin.
Too much work. There'll just be a language gap between us.
They'll be like, funny American.
My reactions are universal.
I don't think so.
Right,
anyway, that's going to bring us to the end of the podcast. If you liked
good.
what you saw here, and I know you did because you made it to the end, you
Yeah.
should share us with a friend.
Yeah, definitely.
Give us
do
a rating.
that.
Give us a thumbs up.
Sure do
Let
that
us know
too.
how we did.
Yeah, that's also good. You can just say, "Hey, I like the show."
Yeah, or you could
We
say,
never hear that.
or you can say, "Hey, we
I'll
hated
just
it."
randomly hear it, down the line, and be like, "Oh, I really like the show," and I'll be like, "You listened to the show? Why is this the first time hearing of it?"
Yeah, right.
So definitely do that. And patreon.com/StreamVoid Pod.
Yes.
Patreon.com/MikeyT33.
Yes.
Patreon.com/KurbStomped.
Yes.
You can do
Whatever you want.
But do StreamVoid Pod. That's the one that you should do.
You should definitely do that.
It's a money loser right now for me.
Yeah, get in there. You get access to all of the
There's
content.
a lot of shit there.
We record. There is like hours of content that you are missing if you are not supporting the Patreon. Because you also get the podcast early. There's like an hour of content before we even start.
I show up at 10. Mikey starts recording at 10.
Yes.
We go live at 11. Oh, 10:30, sorry.
10:30, yeah.
We go live at 11, so there's all this stuff before we go live that's there.
Yeah, a lot of us talking, a lot of us eating, a lot of us slurping.
ASMR, if you like
ASMR,
that.
but yeah, you get to hear...
Slurping and slapping.
Yeah, slurping and slapping. You get to hear a lot of stuff that no one else gets to hear.
Yes.
Like, nobody else gets to hear it, except for Frank.
Frank always hears it. Frank's Mikey's cat. I'm petting him right now.
And if you want to watch this live, we record live every Saturday at 11 a.m. PST. You can get in here and you can participate in the chat.
Yes.
Get yourself into that bonus content.
Yes.
And you get to see Frank sometimes.
Yes. All the above.
All of the above.
Twitch.tv/StreamVoid Pod. Facebook, StreamVoid Podcast.
And YouTube StreamVoid Podcast.
StreamVoid Pod. Yep.
No, it's podcast.
Oh,
it's
StreamVoid Podcast. Yes. We don't have a custom URL yet.
No, we do not have enough subscribers. So get in there.
We're getting closer. We only need 100. We're at 38 or something.
Yeah, not too bad. We're getting there.
Doing pretty good.
Yep. All right. We will see you guys again in 1 week's time.
Bye.
Bye.